STAKK Nation, welcome back to the channel. Today, Senator Ricketts is on our screen and we're going to react to his video. He's having a conversation with Courtney Dillinger. Is it Courtney Dillinger?
Mm-hmm.
What is that lady's name?
Courtney. Yeah. Ditlinger.
Dent Linger.
Ditlinger.
Ah, that's a strong name.
They put a dent on it. Oh, okay.
Okay. No, please roll back those statements.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Bad joke.
Yeah.
Bad joke.
Yes. Man. Jesus. Anyway, so this is talking about Bitcoin, right? That's what we're talking about in this video. Bitcoin energy, Bitcoin energy efficiency. Some of the benefits that we're seeing here from Bitcoin, despite the fact that we have idiots like what is that guy? The guy's a terrorist.
Munger?
No.
When I hear idiot, I think of
Munger is just a buffoon. This one is a terrorist. Schwab.
Oh, Schwab.
Not regular Schwab.
Charles Schwab.
No, not Charles Schwab. That guy is a gangster, man. You call Charles Schwab name, he's gonna roll up on you with a gun, bro. The other one, the one with the triple neck.
The turtle?
The Economic Forum. What's that guy's name?
Yeah, Schwab. That's his last name.
Charles Schwab. It's not Charles Schwab.
Oh, golly.
This is how you know that this guy is insignificant. And this is how you know the World Economic Forum is very insignificant. We don't even remember your name, dude. We just know that there is a person out there who is very evil.
Klaus Schwab.
What an insignificant.
Not Charles.
Yeah, that's
Klaus.
an insignificant name, bro. Klaus. What the hell is whose name is Klaus? I've never met a person.
Santa Claus.
No, bro. If you're not Santa Claus, you cannot use Klaus. I've never met another person named Klaus. You know what I mean?
Santa Claus.
Klaus was made for one and one person only. And he ain't a devilish person.
How you know that? You want to know the true history of Santa Claus?
I don't know the last time Santa Claus was sitting around planning fucking COVID to come and capture people, cyber security attacks, trying to infiltrate cabinets of governments across the world. No, Santa comes once a year
and destroys people's spirits
and wrecks people's bank accounts because kids are out here thinking Santa is real. Meanwhile, their parents are the ones buying all the gifts.
Oh man, you should check out the true history of Santa Claus, man.
Yeah, listen, Santa is a thief as well.
All Klaus are tips.
Yeah.
Bad joke. Why am I going on with bad jokes?
Listen,
today?
all Klaus could be cheap, could be thieves, bro. No, that was actually a good one. The Dent one. Yeah. Because you just came from saying she's a smart woman.
Oh man, Linger.
Yeah.
Watch our response. Let's go.
I still question it because I've not even seen this video yet.
Let's tell the people.
All
I
right.
got this.
Let's play then.
What benefits in terms of economic development have you seen from new businesses in the crypto industry who are locating in Nebraska? Can you expand upon some of the things you were talking about before, please? I think I have the microphone.
Thank you, Senator. Absolutely. We've actually seen significant benefits from this industry.
I just want to point out something. Okay. For all the smart people out there, you know, especially people that have dedicated their brain into one direction too extensively, okay? You come across most of the time like a very smart person, but then the most simple things make you look stupid as shit.
What's that?
Like not turning on your mic. But anyway.
Wait a second though.
What?
We have to remember, this video today is dedicated to our president,
Which one?
Joe. Joe saying that he's about to increase taxes and they're trying to squeeze in through the back door energy taxes on Bitcoin. They're also trying to squeeze in through the back door not making Bitcoin and the other cryptos legal tender or considering them a currency.
Yeah.
So this conversation here, it's been in the in Congress for a while now, and they're having this conversation. Whereas they're already pushing legislation through some certain state like Nebraska and so on and so forth, trying to push this through. So lots of distraction, and this right here was a good response back from Courtney.
Yeah. Further robbery. Yeah. Anyway, let's push on.
to date, mostly from tax revenues and then job creation. And again, those are very good paying jobs, particularly in rural areas of Nebraska. The tax revenues for the state and local political subdivisions, we've seen just for one crypto mining facility in Nebraska, $1.6 million in state sales tax over a 12-month period. And during that same time frame, $3.8 million for the local taxing authorities. That enables
If you remember, we did a video back about maybe 2 months ago now, saying some of the benefits of Bitcoin for governments. Right. The mining companies are companies, right? They pay taxes to the government for being a company, right?
Yeah.
That's a benefit to the governments.
Right.
But like you said, once you start taxing and you give them one door, they want to make the door bigger by increasing the taxes on them. Why can't you just be comfortable with the current state's taxes? Why are you trying to increase it on just Bitcoin? Why don't you increase it on everything else? Just a good question, but she's pushing back though. Continue.
Yeah, it's robbery.
infrastructure investments in the host communities. In fact, due to those increased tax revenues, that Nebraska community has been able to make significant enhancements to its regional municipal airport to attract commercial air service to the community, which is important not only from a quality of life perspective for the residents there, but also for recruiting additional economic development prospects to the area.
And it is also fair to say that also helps keep property taxes down?
Absolutely, and that's certainly a concern in the state of Nebraska. Those sales tax revenues help every resident of the state on their property tax bill.
Are you hearing from companies that want to locate their crypto industry in the state of Nebraska, have expressed an interest in moving?
We certainly are, and there's a great deal of interest, due in large part, as you mentioned, to the low rates that we have, but also to the rate designs that we've put in place. And our customers, both rural public power districts and municipalities, are eager to host these opportunities, again, because of the tax benefits and the good paying jobs that they bring. Nebraska is also rather...
So what the legislature did not understand there is that crypto shitcoins are proof of stake. This has nothing to do with crypto. Nebraska and Bitcoin, I got something going on. So you have to be careful about the mix of words there, right? Bitcoin miners are taking advantage of the friendly governments that they have there. But in the back door, there is current legislation being pushed to not make Bitcoin a legal tender. And also the presidents, all the way to the presidential level, trying to increase taxes on mining. And what she's here to do is to push back to say, wait a second, we have good relationship. We're already getting revenue from taxes, just the standard state revenue.
Yep.
Don't mess it up.
All right.
Rather unique because we've historically had additional capacity available. We're the country's largest irrigator, thanks to the Ogallala Aquifer, and many irrigation wells have been converted to electric from diesel. This load, while large, is seasonal. So 2 to 3 months out of the year, during the summer, those irrigation wells demand a lot of electricity. But the remainder of the year, we have additional capacity to spare.
All right, great. One of the things that's been mentioned here today is the impact of these facilities on emissions. The crypto assets, mining businesses are responsible for increasing fossil fuel use and driving up greenhouse gas emissions. Ms. Dentlinger, my understanding is that Nebraska Public Power District is leading the way in the development and deployment of new clean energy technology, such as supporting a regional hydrogen hub. You mentioned that in your opening remarks. And supporting deployment of carbon capture technologies, which you also mentioned. Can you tell us a little bit more about the role new industries play in supporting clean energy technology and adoption in Nebraska?
Yes, load growth creates opportunities. And as you mentioned, we're exploring a number of those currently. We're in the process of developing our integrated resource plan, and new load means an opportunity for additional generation resources, and clean energy technologies would be part of those additions. In fact, any new generation resources we deploy would have a lower carbon footprint. Loads with higher load factors.
Next time you get a news article a Ford article that tells you that Bitcoin is destroying the environment. I want you to go back and watch this video. If not for Bitcoin, we will not have the innovative green energy solutions that we have in the energy department right now. And Bitcoin is creating a lot more of those type solutions. Right there, she already gave us 3 different solutions that we can use to create more newer, greener energy.
Yep.
Just thought I say that right there.
Factors such as crypto mining, which means they're utilizing electricity at steady rates rather than ramping up and down, can produce more constant revenue streams, which in turn can help finance those clean energy technology deployments.
So just to kind of simplify this a little bit for me, is it fair to say that if you and your community have a cryptocurrency or crypto asset generating facility that is creating more demand for electricity, and because of the scales in utility generation, you can actually help reduce the utility bills for other customers? Is that fair?
So we work very hard to make sure that we're not shifting costs among various types of customer classes. We certainly are not subsidizing crypto, but because those mining operations, again, are so stable in the usage of electricity, it actually helps systemically for those costs that we do socialize to bring the cost down for every user.
Yeah, so because you've got, again, that consistent demand, you can keep it relatively, other people's rates relatively lower. Is that fair?
Yes, consistent usage 24/7 can actually be the most efficient use of electric infrastructure.
All right, great, thank you. Mr. Carper, what
Well. I don't know if there is much more to add to that, man. Enemies of Bitcoin will die.
I like how you always try to keep it too simple.
I mean, dude, there's just kind of things that are very simple. And I think that,
It makes a lot of sense, though. I agree with that. It's that instead of fight the technology, understand the technology and find innovative ways to better your communities.
yeah.
But I think the fight is the constituency or the current powers fighting back because they do not want to get replaced by some odd technology that they don't know about or they've not educated themselves about. And once they start to understand that, hey, we are literally destroying ourselves or combusting internally, and that we need to just accept the fact, then things get better. But I think it's just, in project management, the storming phase and then forming phase. So I think they're still probably in the storming phase right now, pushing back, trying to kill the technology, trying to kill the innovation instead of adapt it. Because right here, you already see some of the solutions that it's providing for states like Nebraska. And imagine what it can do for an entire country or third world countries as well.
True. Well, first thing, I messed up my line, by the way. It's not enemies of Bitcoin will die. It's enemies of Bitcoin will fail.
Okay.
Enemies of Bitcoin will fail, not enemies of Bitcoin will die. Their plans will still die, though. But I agree with everything you're saying there, man. It's just, we live in a time where there's a lot of dishonesty going on. It's just beyond belief at this point. And so I think a lot of times we just find ourselves arguing with people who are, one, brainwashed, 100% misguided, two, intellectually dishonest. So it's like, it does not make sense to even be going back and forth with them because you will not be changing their mind, right? The third option, which is, I just think is unlikely, is that we are wrong completely, because there's just facts here, and I cannot even believe that this is something that we're arguing about, right? Meanwhile, there's like people who are supposed to be for the climate and all of that good stuff. So, I would go one step further by saying that, legislators have definitely failed. Most people in leadership have failed. The banks have really failed. That is not a doubt. And they have failed because they choose to drag their feet and be greedy and try to control the Bitcoin environment and the Bitcoin network, which is something that they cannot do. So it's too late. They have failed, and they're just going to be finding that out over the next couple of years. They can try to move goalposts and try to hike taxes on people, which in fact, hiking taxes on people is just getting people closer to the point of frustration. I'm pretty sure most of the country is quite frustrated as it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
So none of hiking taxes is not moving us to a better place.
No, it's not.
So, which again, man, this guy is even a president, man. He's already lost. So there is that. I think Bitcoin, and every time that people try to, and the reason why I say enemies of Bitcoin will fail is because every time when people do things like this, so they try to go against Bitcoin, down the line, you come to find out that they do not think it all the way through, and they get wrecked. When you go to try to increase taxes in an environment where they're starting to see prosperity just because you were in the executive branch and you've seen another opportunity to grab even more cash, which at this point I don't think is about grabbing cash, it's more about like just this sick dedication or sick obsession with power, right? Making sure that any environment stays suppressed. You're only further proving the reason why Bitcoin exists. This is why your plan against Bitcoin will definitely fail. So when you expect that you can maintain this legacy system that you've had forever and ever, which is clearly outdated, in the digital age where people transact digitally, communicate digitally, accomplish a lot in their life digitally, that will include exchanging value, and you're trying to cramp that down into your legacy financial system, is just not going to work. And I will just wrap that up by saying that I think at this point in time, we have come to realize, or we're seeing, if people have not seen it yet, I guess you guys probably just have to wait until some institution writes an article about it to tell you that society is smarter than we realize.
MIT and Cambridge,
exactly.
Or whatever.
So one day they're going to write an article about it, and it's going to be saying the same thing I'm about to tell you right now, but you can give them credit for it. Society is way smarter than these clowns ever believed we were. When you lock down people, leave them at home, and they have nothing to do but explore, as much as some people are sitting there exploring Housewives of Atlanta or wherever else, or whatever other ratchet garbage is going on TV, in the same way, there are people who are sitting there exploring things that are going to make them extremely smart and move them way ahead. Wall Street bets is an example. So, we'll see. If you look at the amount of productivity that has actually come out of this whole buffoonery, this whole fuckery, right? Whether it comes from the lockdowns and everything like that, the amount of innovation, the amount of advancement, right? Remember, before COVID, like we were saying the other day, right? You've come out of
if you come out of COVID, the same person or worse than you were, if you survived COVID.
So everybody now has had that opportunity to free up that time and take on different things that they could not take on before. It has made a lot of people a better version of themselves that they have never seen before. I know that it's made me a better version of myself than ever. My level of creativity, my level of thinking. And so what I'm saying is, society as a whole is way smarter than these people give us credit for. Society is communicating on Twitter, and there is a movement, there is a wave of people who are not longer willing to participate in this over-sensationalism.
Like speaking at people instead of allowing people to interact back and forth and getting the true knowledge out of it.
Exactly.
And just them trying to tell you the knowledge that they want you to get.
Exactly. So, listen. Enemies of Bitcoin will fail. You can mark that one. Put it on a t-shirt. Put it on a hat. Tattoo it on your upper back. Yeah, a tramp stamp. There we go. Final thoughts, man. Let's close this one out.
I would say that just like they tried to kill the internet, but they were eventually successfully able to take over the internet, this is not going to happen this time around. Anything you try to do with Bitcoin is just going to get fucked over to the side.
Yes.
To its own whatever blockchain that you want it to do. So you're fighting the different war here. And so far so good. Bitcoin is winning, so that's just my little 2 cents there.
I'm sailing away. No, I'm kidding. Go and follow us on Twitter, STAKK. Okay, like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Let us know how you feel, how you really feel. Maybe we'll have you across from us from our therapist chair. Figure out what is wrong with your fiat system. Follow us on Facebook. You know, we are out there trying to convince the old, legendary, dinosaur looking type individuals. And I'm kidding. Follow us on Facebook. We're definitely a STAKK. We've been banned on Twitter as well. STAKK. I keep really shouting at our Twitter like people are gonna go find us and see us there, man.
We'll be back.
I don't listen. We'll be back for sure, okay. But we just want people to know that on the day that our Twitter was banned, it was after the day we posted the video with the oppression that is going on in Nigeria, right? And people might just go. Actually, before we go, let me just touch on this real quick.
Oh, we are coming back.
Yes,
already.
We're coming back. We're coming back because something has happened. I don't know which one is the appropriate sound. Right now, okay, there is protest going on in Nigeria over the people, the government having the people trying to force them to turn in their money, right?
They have money on their neck.
So they're trying to lock down and control their value. We posted about it. Many people have posted about it. Our Instagram page got deleted for it. I don't see the outrage. Not the outrage for our Instagram page. I don't care. But I don't see the outrage for Nigeria. But we're expected to be outraged about Russia.
Sure. They stole the entire election.
We'll just leave it. Hey,
we don't see an outrage.
I just want to leave that there.
But then you're gonna come on my page, on my Twitter space.
You know what I'm saying?
On my YouTube channel and say, "Hey, what the hell are you talking about Russia for?"
Hey, come on now.
Just saying.
Listen, let's leave it there and close out the video.
Equal grounds.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just pointing that out. That is happening right now. Okay, so until next time, Brazen out.
00 out.